What's going on, you guys? I hope you're all having a great morning, evening, or afternoon, whenever you may be watching this video. I just want to start off by saying I hope that you all had a great New Year's Eve and a great 2023, and that I know that 2024 is going to be insane, so I wish you all the best. If you've watched my videos before, chances are you've seen the 86 with the raised gram lights that I have on it. You guys are always commenting and asking me whether or not I'm going to get like any sort of like big brake kit on the car, or any sort of aftermarket, like, you know, rotors and pads, stuff like that, or calipers. But it's a bit expensive, I'm not gonna lie, and I don't really have the funds for something like that at the moment. And at the same time, I don't need anything really crazy. This is a daily driver, so I don't really need like track oriented you know, brakes. So I figured another alternative to spice up like the brakes, like the looks of them at least, is to get like a brake caliper paint kit. Now there's a couple different options that you can go with whenever you decide to do something like this when you're painting your calipers. Is you can go and get like the spray cans, or you can go out and get like the bottles and like the cans of paint that you can use with like a brush as well. I personally don't want to have to deal with the hassle and the stress of using spray paint to use my calipers, because I don't want to deal with like any overspray getting on my wheels or on my rotors. I know if they get on the rotors, they'll probably eventually just, you know, go away when I brake and stuff like that. But of course I don't want to get any on my bright white wheels. So I figured the next best alternative to doing something like that is to get a brake caliper paint kit with like a brush, for example, from G2 USA. So G2 USA, they, of course, as you guys can see, they have the brake caliper paint kits that they sell, as well as their engine manifold and like cover kits that you could sell to paint your engine bay cover. So they actually provide a ton of different pre-made options already, as you guys can see right here on the box. But if you guys actually wanted to paint match it to your color of your car, like for example, my Neptune blue, they actually sell kits as well. If you give them the paint code of whatever color that you'd want, they actually make a custom kit that you can buy. That way you can get it looking like, for example, I have all these badges right here. I have the stickers on the wheels as well. If I wanted to get it exact same color of my car, they actually sell kits for that. They were actually kind enough to send me out one of their kits to be able to test out and show you guys how well they actually work, and to show you off the difference in, you know, these brake calipers that I have right here, just the generic gray, and how much better they can look with the simple little kit that doesn't even cost not even $100. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get everything taken out of this box, and I'll show you guys what's inside. So inside the G2 USA brake caliper paint system set, we have the giant brake caliper cleaner, as well as the can of paint that we're gonna be using and the reactor that we'll be mixing into it. And it actually is included with 3 paintbrushes, the mixing stick, and some gloves to ensure that your hands stay clean while doing the job. Now that we got everything laid out in front of us, that way we can see what's everything that's in the kit, I'm gonna go ahead and now get the car jacked up, get the wheel taken off, that way we can go ahead and start getting the caliper all painted. But before I can do that, I figured it's the perfect time for me to announce, in 2024 especially, the new official tool company sponsor of our channel, Capri Tools. So I just want to give a huge, massive shout out and thank you to Capri Tools for sponsoring the channel. And I'm going to be using their tools for every single project that I have with my 86 going forward from here on out, just to make my life that much easier. Pretty much whatever tool you may need, Capri has it. They have impacts, hand sockets, ratchets, wrenches, air tools, torque tools, hand tools, and automotive tools. They carry all these tools in different variations for whatever suits you best. They're also actually running a January sale right now for 50% off all their torque bars and 50% off all their 1/4 sockets. Make sure to go ahead and check out the Capri Tools site. I'll make sure to link it right here on the screen right here. And I'm gonna be, of course, like I said, using their tools going forward from here on out. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get the car jacked up and get the wheels taken off. That way we can go ahead and get the brake calipers painted. As you guys can see, I obviously got the first wheel taken off. What I'm gonna go ahead and do now is just get all the areas that I don't want paint on all masked off. That way I don't have to worry about any residue. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get some of this brake cleaner that was provided with the kit and get the brake caliper all cleaned off. That way we have a good area for the paint to mask to. And with that being said, after that, we'll go ahead and get the first caliper, start getting painted. So I got the first caliper all masked off to ensure that we don't get any paint where we don't want it to, of course. As you guys can see, it's already pretty dark out, and I'm thinking about not starting this tonight just because I don't want to mix up the paint with the reactor and then have it sit overnight if I don't end up, of course, finishing this tonight. So with that being said, what I'm gonna probably do is throw the wheel back onto the car and then maybe get all the other wheels taken off and then get the calipers masked off like this. That way tomorrow morning I can just come out here and instantly just start painting it. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and throw the wheel back onto the car and then get all the other calipers all masked off. That way we can go ahead and start painting it tomorrow. All right, you guys, so it's officially the next day. I just got back out here. I jacked the car back up into the air, and of course I got the wheel taken off the car. The masking job still looks pretty good. You know, I don't really think I missed any places from what I could tell. I might put a couple of pieces on this brake line right here just to be safe. But what I'm gonna go ahead and do now actually is get this paint opened up. That way we can put the reactor in it and get it all mixed up. And then from there, go ahead and start painting. So I left the reactor sit in the paint for about 5 minutes or so after stirring it up. I'm gonna stir it up one more time, and after that, we're gonna go ahead and apply the first coat onto the caliper. Now that the paint is all mixed up, and we got all of our brushes right here, we're gonna go ahead, like I said, and start applying the first coat onto the calipers. It's gonna be super light. It's not gonna be anything too crazy on the first coat. I'm gonna let this sit after for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then once that's dry, we can go ahead and apply our second coat and see how it's looking after that. You guys, this is literally the first coat. No way. Look at how sick this is. It's almost identical to my car. And this was one of their pre-made options too, you guys. This is what's really cool. I didn't even go and ask them for one of the custom colors. This is actually called, I believe, Hawkins Blue. And it's a pre-made option that you can get on their site. So if any of you guys have GR86s like what I do and are interested in getting brake caliper paint for your car, I'd highly recommend going with this Hawkins Blue. Now that we let the paint sit on the caliper for about 10-15 minutes, we're gonna go ahead now and apply the second coat. I'm not gonna go too crazy because as you guys can see, it's already covered pretty well. I'm pretty surprised how thick this paint is, and it covers everything really well, like I said. So we'll go ahead and set the camera up, and we'll go ahead and get the second coat applied onto the caliper. It's been about an hour and a half since I just got done doing the second coat. And if you guys can tell, I threw on my stock wheel for the meantime, just until it gets done completely drying. It's pretty much already done drying, but I just actually went in and touched up a couple different spots that I forgot to put paint on. So while it's fully finishing drying, I actually threw on my stock wheel just so I can make sure that I don't get any paint on my gram lights. I'm gonna jack the car down, get the jacked up in the front, get the front wheels done, and then do it for all the rest of the wheels. And then once it gets done, I'll show you guys how it will look. All right, you guys, so I just finished up doing the brake calipers and everything like that. I'm sure, as you guys can probably tell, it's pretty dark out here right now, so I can't really show you guys them that well. They have to cure for about 24 hours, and I actually have to go to work tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. So I'm a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie, but what I'll do is I'll probably either tomorrow after work or maybe Saturday, I'll pick up the camera again and I'll show you guys and give you a full look in depth of how the brake calipers actually came out. So with that being said, I'll see you guys when I pick up the camera next. All right, you guys, so it's been a few days now. It's actually Saturday. I wanted to let the paint on the brakes cure for a few days. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have done this like months ago, you guys. For, like I said earlier in this video, for under $100, you really can't beat this. And it completely changes the looks of your wheels. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and cut into the cinematics. That way you guys can see how amazing they really turned out.
So let me know what you guys think. Now that you guys have seen it, let me know down in the comments how well you think that they turned out. I personally think that it looks amazing, and I just want to give a huge shout out and thank you again to G2 USA for sponsoring this video and allowing me to test out and review how well their kits look for you guys. If you guys are actually interested in getting any of their kits, whether that's for your brakes or for an engine cover, I'll leave all the links down below. That way you guys can check out their site. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like down below. It helps me out so much. Subscribe if you guys are new. That way you guys can stay up to date on all the types of videos that I make like this. And comment down below as well what kind of video ideas you guys would like to see. I'm always trying to read through the comments and I'm always trying to reply to them as well. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.